just won't stop. Meghan Markle thought she could bury the past, rebrand herself as royalty, and move on with a clean slate. But the internet has other plans. The so-called yacht girl rumors have roared back with a vengeance. And this time, photos just keep coming. One after another, private yacht shots, some real, some maybe not, are flooding every corner of social media, and Meghan is reportedly on the verge of a full-blown meltdown. At the center of this storm, none other than comedian Colin Jost, who dropped a bombshell joke that lit the match on this chaos. Now insiders say Meghan is begging, yes begging, for the jokes to stop, the photos to disappear, and for someone, anyone, to step in before her reputation takes yet another blow. But with every attempt to silence the buzz, she's only making it worse. And if you thought this was just another tabloid blip, think again. This could be the scandal that resets Meghan's public image, and not in the way she wanted. It all started with a smirk. Colin Jost, standing center stage on Saturday Night Live's iconic Weekend Update, casually dropped one of the most ruthless punchlines of the year. He looked straight into the camera and said that part of a fictional trade deal with Britain involved sending Meghan Markle back, but only if she deletes her Instagram again. It was sharp, it was cold, and it was exactly the kind of jab that catches fire in today's meme-hungry culture. The internet went into overdrive, but what started as a punchline quickly spiraled into something darker. Viewers flooded social media with references to Meghan's past, dredging up old rumors and half-forgotten whispers, especially those tied to her alleged time on luxury yachts, long before she ever set foot in Buckingham Palace. It wasn't just about one joke anymore. It became open season on Meghan's past, and every corner of the internet wanted a piece of the action. Before long, it wasn't just jokes. It was pictures, photos, some blurred, some clear, some obviously staged, others hauntingly candid, began making the rounds. Captions? Brutal. The claims? Damaging. Some images were labeled as never before seen, others as leaked. Most weren't verified, and many are likely manipulated, but that didn't stop them from spreading like wildfire. The narrative was set. Meghan's yacht girl past was back to haunt her, and this time the internet wasn't letting go. Now let's rewind for a second. The yacht girl rumors didn't start yesterday. These whispers have been around since Meghan first began dating Prince Harry. They've been dismissed, denied, and debunked countless times, but they've also never fully disappeared. And that's what makes them so dangerous. They live in the gray zone, fueled by half-truths and old snapshots, blending fact with fiction until no one knows what's real anymore. And when someone like Colin Jost puts it back in the spotlight, that's when things spiral. Behind the scenes, sources say Meghan's camp went into full crisis mode. Reports suggest her legal team began issuing takedown requests to websites, flagging offensive content, and contacting platforms to scrub the resurfaced photos. But here's the problem. Once something hits the internet, it's already too late. Screenshots get saved, memes multiply, threads explode. And the harder Meghan's team tried to clean it up, the more attention it got. But here's the twist that caught everyone off guard. Multiple insiders claim Meghan didn't just try to shut down the photos. She allegedly reached out privately to NBC or SNL insiders, hoping to get Colin Jost to back off. One source close to the situation described it as damage control with desperation. Apparently, Meghan was furious, not just at the joke, but at the chain reaction it triggered. And more than anything, she wanted it to end. Quietly, quickly, without fanfare. Unfortunately for her, nothing about this story is quiet anymore. Colin Jost, for his part, has remained completely silent. No apology, no clarification, no follow-up, just that single line on SNL, and the chaos that followed. And honestly, that silence may be intentional, because by not engaging, Colin avoids getting dragged deeper into the drama, while still riding the wave of virality. Meanwhile, Meghan is left spinning, caught in a whirlwind she didn't expect and definitely can't control. But where's Harry in all of this? That's the question making headlines now. Because through all the backlash, all the whispers, and all the leaked images, Prince Harry has said absolutely nothing. No public support, no angry defense, not even a cryptic quote. And in the absence of a statement, the speculation is deafening. Some royal watchers claim Harry is quietly furious, not at the public, but at Meghan. They suggest he's embarrassed, tired, and emotionally worn out. After all, this isn't the first time a scandal tied to Meghan has dominated the headlines. And according to a few royal insiders, Harry might feel that these controversies keep resurfacing because Meghan insists on controlling the narrative so tightly. Every attempt to erase her past only makes it more irresistible for the public to dig it up again. Other sources claim Harry is simply defeated. They say he's watching his wife spiral and doesn't know how to stop it. That his distance is a kind of emotional detachment, a defense mechanism to protect himself from the pressure. But whatever the reason, his silence is loud. And the longer it continues, the more it looks like he's stepping back. Maybe not just from the drama, but from Meghan altogether. What's most tragic about this situation is how predictable it became. Every time Meghan tries to clean up a mess, she accidentally creates a bigger one. Every push to control the narrative opens a new door for criticism. And when the internet smells fear, piles on, that's what's happening now. Every hour, another image surfaces. Some are new, some are old, some are laughably fake. But people aren't checking for authenticity, they're chasing the story. They're reposting, remixing, and reimagining Meghan's history like it's an open-source scandal. Even her past offenders are going quiet, unsure what's real and what's been photoshopped beyond recognition. And through it all, her brand, the one she worked so hard to build, is cracking. The image of a modern humanitarian, a voice for women, a royal-turned-feminist trailblazer, it's being drowned out by yacht photos and punchlines. Business deals may start to wobble. Public sympathy could fade. And her political aspirations, yes, those quiet rumors of a future in public office, may now be completely out of reach. 'Cause in the age of viral culture, perception is everything. And right now, Meghan is being perceived as desperate, defensive, and maybe even dishonest. Not because of anything proven, but because she's reacting like there's something to hide. And that's a perception that can stick. Some insiders say Meghan should have laughed it off, ignored the joke, let the moment pass. Instead, the attempts to silence and scrub only confirmed people's worst assumptions. She fed the fire, and now it's out of control. Meanwhile, Colin Jost is back on stage, cracking jokes, untouched, unbothered, possibly preparing for another weekend update that throws even more fuel on the fire. Because in comedy, controversy isn't a threat, it's currency. And Meghan Markle, like it or not, has become comedic gold. And that leaves us with one final question. Can Meghan recover? Can she bury this scandal and move forward with her image intact? The answer isn't clear. Right now, every move she makes seems to backfire. The yacht photos won't go away. Public won't stop talking. And every silence, from Colin, from Harry, only makes her look more isolated. There's a strategy behind the scenes, it isn't working. There's a plan to rebuild her brand, it's being drowned out by clickbait and screenshots. And if Meghan thought this would all blow over in a weekend, well, she underestimated just how viral one joke, one photo, and one awkward past can become in the age of digital receipts. Private yacht pics just keep coming. And Meghan? She's reportedly begging for it all to stop. But something tells us this storm is just getting started. And here's the part that's truly disturbing. Not just for Meghan, but for anyone watching this unfold. 'Cause this isn't just about one woman getting mocked online. It's about the complete unraveling of a public persona that was built on meticulous control, calculated media appearances, and a steady drumbeat of rebranding moves over the years. See, Meghan's image isn't just a personal project, it's a business. A multi-million-dollar business that hinges on perception. That means when her name is trending, companies pay attention. Potential partners take notes. Brand executives hold meetings. And when those trends involve yacht rumors and memes, those deals can vanish overnight. Let's not forget how hard Meghan worked to shift her narrative post-royalty. After leaving the UK and cutting royal ties, she pivoted hard into being a social justice warrior, a modern feminist icon, and a powerful black woman speaking truth to centuries-old institutions. She signed book deals, launched a podcast, signed Netflix and Spotify contracts. That transformation, from actress to duchess to activist, was supposed to be bulletproof. But this scandal proves how fragile that image really is. Even worse, this is triggering a domino effect of gossip. Every outlet now feels free to speculate. Old ex-friends are creeping out of the woodwork. some hinting that the yacht rumors were common knowledge in certain Hollywood circles. Former colleagues are giving vague interviews, skirting around direct confirmation but leaving just enough room for doubt. And in today's world, that's all it takes. Now, some might say this is just another example of the media being cruel to a woman who dares to have ambition. And that may be partially true. But let's be honest. Meghan's entire brand has been built on controlling her narrative, choosing what stories to tell and what stories to silence. That kind of tight grip invites scrutiny, and once the public sees the strings being pulled, they don't forget. But let's step inside Meghan's shoes for a moment. Imagine waking up every day to see new photos, some possibly doctored, some real, all unflattering, spreading across TikTok, Reddit, and X. Imagine knowing your children will one day Google your name and find a barrage of speculation. Imagine reaching out to the networks, the lawyers, the insiders, and getting radio silence. That's not just frustrating, that's terrifying. Insiders are saying she feels trapped in a nightmare. That no matter how much she tries to scrub, correct, clarify, or sue, the content keeps multiplying. Screenshots get reposted faster than takedowns can happen. Some even say she's considering completely disappearing from social media and public appearances for a while, just to regroup. But here's the problem with going silent. Silence is its own story, and in Meghan's case, the silence feels damning. Every day that passes without a clear public statement or a visible sign of control looks like surrender. Meanwhile, Colin Jost has essentially become a folk hero in the eyes of Meghan's critics. They see him as the guy who dared to say what others wouldn't, the guy who called out the Duchess with a grin and walked away without a scratch. And the more Meghan tries to shut him down, the more powerful that image becomes. The irony is almost cruel. And let's talk about the money. There are rumors swirling now that some of Meghan's recent brand meetings were quietly cancelled, that some of the big players she's been courting, especially those interested in political or philanthropic partnerships, have hit the pause button. Because while everyone loves a comeback story, nobody wants to be associated with a PR disaster in real time. This moment is shaping up to be a turning point in Meghan Markle's public career. Not because of one photo or one joke, but because of the timing, the silence, the reaction, and most of all, the symbolism. This scandal represents the past she tried to erase, and the internet reminding her it's not that easy. Even her close inner circle, according to whispers, is starting to fracture. A few of her Hollywood friends have gone unusually quiet. A couple who once posted glowing tributes have gone dark, and some staff, both past and present, are allegedly leaking quotes anonymously, hinting that they saw this coming. And the public? They're split. Some still stand by Meghan, saying she's being unfairly attacked for having a past, something everyone does. Others say she's reaping what she sowed by trying to portray herself as someone without flaws or history. Till others are just there for the drama, refreshing their feeds for the next image drop, the next insider quote, the next moment of chaos. Because here's the harsh truth. We live in a world that devours scandal. The internet loves a polished icon, but it lives to tear one down. And Meghan Markle, whether she likes it or not, has become the main character in a digital drama she can't escape. At this point, the Yacht Pictures have taken on a life of their own. Some are being analyzed frame by frame. Others are being turned into TikTok story times. Even AI-generated deepfakes are getting passed off as leaked content. It's a circus, and Meghan's name is on every poster. One former PR executive commented anonymously to a UK paper saying, "Meghan's real mistake wasn't her past. It was pretending she didn't have one." That line has now gone viral, and it might be the most brutally accurate take of all. So where does she go from here? What does the comeback even look like when the internet decides it's open season? Some advisors are reportedly urging her to own it, to do a raw, unscripted sit-down interview, to tell the truth, whatever that may be, and stop trying to control the narrative. Because the more you hide, the more people dig. But others say that would be a disaster, that speaking on the yacht rumors would legitimize them. That silence, despite the damage, is still the safest bet. But make no mistake, there's no easy exit from this storm. Meghan is now navigating the worst PR firestorm she's faced since Megxit. And this time, there's no royal family to blame, no British tabloid to sue, no palace protocol to hide behind. This is all happening in America, in her own backyard. And it's all coming from a single joke, a single image, and a digital mob that just won't quit. We'll say it again. The yacht pics just keep coming. The speculation is relentless. Meghan reportedly wants it all to stop. But every attempt to make it stop only makes it worse. So what now? Maybe Meghan finally breaks her silence. Maybe she vanishes from public life entirely. Or maybe, just maybe, she finds a way to rise from this wreckage stronger than ever. But whatever happens next, one thing's certain. The world is watching, cameras are rolling, and this scandal is far from over.